Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NFL news, go over some injury updates before the games start here in about 30 minutes for the NFL week, for the 1 p.m. games. I just woke up, so that's probably why I look tired. So let's talk about some NFL here. So, Titans QB Ryan Tannehill today in the Ravens game went to the locker room with an injury. Malik Willis will take over, so hopefully he's okay and his injury isn't that serious. He was carted off and Malik Willis took over, so it didn't look good. So it might be a really bad injury for Tannehill. And he's going to the locker room. That was the first thing that happened today in the NFL. So per your report, Dolphins quarterback Jalen Ramsey, who suffered a knee injury before the season, could return to practice this week via Tom Pelissero. Originally, Ramsey was expected to only make a return in December. He's ahead of schedule and is pushing to play next month per Adam Schefter. So he could return to practice this week, and he's ahead of schedule and he can play, and he's pushing to play next month. So they can become an even bigger force with his return to the team. So that's big for them. You know, to have him come back already and way ahead of schedule. So the update, per Adam Schefter, NFL has discussed the idea of playing the Super Bowl in London one day. According to Commissioner Roger Goodell via Adam Schefter, Goodell said, and I quote, "It is not impossible and it is something that's been discussed before." So it's been discussed before that the NFL has discussed like the idea of, you know, playing the Super Bowl in London one day. But that would be crazy. Like, I assume most NFL fans would hate it, but the league has been very aggressive about expanding the game internationally. Like, I don't know if the Super Bowl should be played in London. I don't know about that. I just don't know if, you know what I mean, people would be up, because it would start early. But I don't see, like, people saying, oh, nah, this ain't it. Like, I get the NFL's an American sport, you should have a Super Bowl, like, in America. You know, you can grow the game more internationally, so I wouldn't hate it. The only thing I would hate is, you know, the time zone. Trending. The Athletics Dee Mercedes says that she would be, quote, surprised if Russell Wilson is part of the hashtag Broncos future. After losing to the hashtag Chiefs on Thursday night, Sean Payton took a shot at Russell Wilson, saying, quote, "To win in our league, you've got to be better throwing the ball." Felt Russell Wilson seemed to be more focused on his personal brand than playing winning football. Seahawks improved once he left, and they continued to progress, which is the Broncos. Felt the head coach and quarterback are both washed. I felt Sean Payton's coach, like, way he coaches doesn't work nowadays in the NFL. So, per update, the hashtag Patriots have installed a, quote, package on offense for quarterback / wide receiver Malik Cunningham, and could use it today against the hashtag Raiders per rap sheet. Cunningham was signed off the practice squad to the active roster yesterday and could provide a spark to an offense that scored 0 TDs the past 2 games. So it looks like they're going to install a package on offense for him, and they could use it. Hopefully they do, because that would be really interesting and fun to watch. Malik Cunningham's really good. So, per report, a really bad report here. Colts rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson is strongly considering season-ending shoulder surgery, per rap sheet. Richardson and the team sought 4 or 5 opinions on his shoulder, and a surgery is deemed by some as the best option to fully heal his right throwing shoulder. which really sucks because I feel like he's had a good start to his rookie season. In my opinion, Anthony Richardson has. But it may be the best option for the future of his career, and he has the opportunity to learn and develop for next season. I guess it's disappointing, but hopefully he gets that surgery and just come back strong next season and just learn the rest of the year, because I feel like he's had a good start to his career. It's just a shame he's injured. So, per report, Patriots QB Mac Jones is expected to be on a, quote, short leash today, and quarterback Will Grier could take over, according to Ian Rappaport at Rap Sheet. Mac Jones struggled badly past 2 games, and according to the report, quote, poor opening few series could potentially trigger another QB to take snaps. Ian says both Bailey Zappi and Will Grier took snaps at practice this week, and it could actually be Grier that comes in for Mac instead of Zappi. Good to see what you have in Will Grier after they had that great performance in the last preseason game against the Raiders. So, if Mac Jones is terrible for a few series, you bring somebody else in. At least, that's what I would do. So that's all the stuff so far from today with the news and stuff. Now we'll talk about some stuff from yesterday and go over some injury updates after this. But rumors, there are, quote, whispers around the NFL that hashtag Raiders coach Josh McDaniels' job could be at risk if the team doesn't start winning, per Ed DiMarsini. McDaniels took a team that made the playoffs with an interim head coach the previous season and is now only 8-14 with it. How many organizations have given this guy the head of the helm of head coach and doesn't pan out? It's just too many. Stop hiring Bill Belichick proteges. It just doesn't pan out. But the assistant coaches don't work. It's just Rick Bisaccia got robbed, man, of being their coach. I don't know why they got rid of him, because Josh McDaniels just sucks as a head coach. Terrible hire to begin with. Is anyone surprised? Not me. Should have just kept Rick Bisaccia. So an update. Bengals QB Joe Burrow, coming off his best game of the season after throwing three TDs against hashtag Cardinals, was finally able to run sprints in practice for the first time since suffering his calf injury, per DiMarsini. So it looks like he's starting to get healthier, and it shows by his play on the field. He's looked pretty rough this year because of the injury. He's not been able to sprint, like run out of the pocket and stuff. So it's good to see he's actually getting healthy. Finally. So an update, the tush-push play will be examined by the NFL Competition Committee because some in the league office do not like the optics of it being a, quote, ugly-looking play, source tells DiMarsini. The report adds that they feel the play is taking advantage of the rule, saying that teams can push players but not pull. Despite of that, she says there's, quote, far more support for keeping this tush-push than banning it. So it looks like there's more support for keeping the play for the tush-push instead of just, banning it. I don't see how it looks ugly. That could be the only reason. Other teams are just mad their quarterback doesn't squat like 600 like Jalen Hurts. It's like, don't let him get to the 1 yard line then. Don't let teams get to the 1 yard line. They won't do that. Simple as that. I mean, per report, the Steelers have no plans to fire offensive coordinator Matt Canada or turn the play calling over to another coach on the staff, per DiMarsini. She asked that, quote, if a move was going to be made, it would have happened already. The team held a meeting this week to come together and search for some answers as they approach the bye week, per Deanna. So it looks like they still have no plans to fire offensive coordinator Matt Canada or turn the play calling over to another coach. Man, what does this man have on Mike Tomlin? Like, that's why he's still employed. Like, he's gotta be holding some blackmail. It's either that or they just never fire anybody. But they're never gonna score 20 points this year, now, officially. Per report, the Chiefs are interested in reuniting with pass rusher Frank Clark and are having a discussion about making a move to re-sign him after his release from the hashtag Broncos, per DiMarsini. Very emotionally for that team. It's not really a surprise there. They should just bring him back. Hell, the Jets should just cut Mecole Hardman and bring him back to the Chiefs too, while they're at it. So, per report, the hashtag Jets are willing to trade defensive end Carl Lawson, and it's possible the team is even open to to trade running back Dalvin Cook per DM received. Lawson was a healthy and active last week, and Cook, a four-time Pro Bowler, has only played 30% of the offensive snaps behind Breece Hall after signing a one-year, $7 million deal. So it looks like they're open to trading Carl Lawson, who's a healthy and active, and maybe even Breece Hall. Or not Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook just hasn't been good this year. I mean, his fall-off needs to be studied. He's washed. Is Dalvin Cook. We also have some more stuff to talk about. Vikings, per your report, the hashtag Vikings received calls and will continue to listen about trade calls about wide receiver KJ Osborne, safety Harrison Smith, and pass rusher Daniel Hunter via DM Rossini. Hunter has 6 sacks in 5 games so far this season. An elite pass rusher could be on the move. So we have some more players that could be potentially traded. I don't know who wants KJ Osborne. Like, anybody wanting him is crazy. But, man, Daniel Hunter's so good. That'd be a shame if they traded him. So, per report, the hashtag Raiders wide receiver, Hunter Renfrow is being shopped by the team. They are, quote, trying to trade the receiver, a source tells DM Rossini. He only has 6 catches for 59 yards all year. Renfrow does. He's only played 42% of the snaps this season, a career low. Yeah, they're not using him at all this year. I feel like he hasn't even been targeted this year half the time. Maybe it's Jimmy G's fault. It's either Adams, Myers, or Jacobs getting the ball, and they don't use their tight ends. McDaniels is a terrible play caller. Like, they don't even target him. Hunter Renfrow is really a fucking player. He was just a Pro Bowl wide receiver like 2 years ago. Like, they don't even use him. So, per your report, Vikings news, QB Kirk Cousins is expected to remain with the team this season and won't look to waive his no-trade clause in his contract, per Adam Schefter. While multiple reports suggest that the Vikings can trade Cousins, it seems he will stay. I mean, I don't know why they would trade him. He's been really great this year. So, I don't know why they would trade him. And some more bad Vikings. But I guess that's some good news and bad news here, though. Per report, Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson is expected to be out 4 to 6 weeks with his injury via Adam Schefter. The starter receiver will undergo tests in 4 weeks to see when he can return. Meanwhile, rookie wide receiver Jordan Addison will assume a much bigger role while Jefferson is out. RIP Justin Jefferson fantasy owners. I know. So, per your report yesterday, the Vikings GM, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, was at the USC Notre Dame game. A number of top prospects, including Caleb Williams, last night. And Vikings GM, the Bears GM, Ryan Poles, Giants GM, Joe Shane, and Brandon Bean, the Bills GM, were also at the USC Notre Dame game. So, looks like a lot of people were there for Caleb Williams. He didn't have a great performance, though, so that shouldn't affect his draft stock. So, an update. Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner is ruled out for Week 6 versus hashtag Eagles with a concussion. I mean, he said he felt fine on Twitter. I don't know. You gotta protect yourself. Concussion protocols strict. They're like strict on purpose to protect players. He'll be thankful in the long run. So, per your report, L'Jarius Sneed was fined by the NFL $13,659 for taking his helmet off when he argued the refs in the Vikings game. The refs didn't flag him like they should have. Said they told him to put the helmet back on, but he's been fined $13,659. Jets starting offensive lineman Alijah Vera-Tucker said, quote, "Never playing in Denver again." He suffered season-ending injuries in back-to-back seasons in Denver. The Jets offensive lineman was starting to slowly play better, but now this could be a setback. And I can't blame him. That's 2 years in a row he suffered a season-ending injury, in Denver. So, per your report, or update, the Patriots activated speedy wide receiver Tyquan Thornton from injured reserve and promoted former Eagles-Vikings wide receiver Jalen Reagor for the Raiders game. And Matthew Judon officially placed on injured reserve. So, the Patriots are actually signing Malik Cunningham to a 3-year contract instead of a normal practice squad promotion. Sounds like some big plans. Like a 3-year deal means he impressed the coaches, and it was reported they signed him to the active roster, wide receiver / quarterback, Malik Cunningham. So he's on the active roster now. So good for him. Eagles placed wide receiver Quez Watkins in reserve and activating Nakobe Dean from injured reserve, so Nakobe Dean is back from injury. So the Marcus Peters was fined $13,370 by them for his horse collar tackle on Christian Watson. They legitimately won them the game, so. Linebacker TJ Watt was fined $25,132 for his unnecessary roughness hit on Zay Flowers. And $25K. Whew. I'm talking about during free agency. Patriots opted to re-sign Jacoby Myers for 3 years, but they chose not to. But they gave Juju the contract, so yeah, they should have just run Jacoby Myers. I've seen today's peace.